Will Make It TV followers, viewers, supporters, and listeners across the globe. Thank you for clicking on my live video again tonight, coming onto our stream, joining us at You Will Make It TV, our family here, to see what it is we have to say tonight. Now, this will be an insightful topic, but insightful topic targeted to specific audiences who may be into homeschooling this 25-26 school year or thinking about going that direction, okay? In case you're even thinking about going that direction, You Will Make It TV and Crown Publishing content is still a good, reliable source when it comes to looking for leads, LEADS, and assistance with finding the perfect plan for you and your family, okay? Because even with mine, like let's say it was just your 3 students for a while and then you had a new baby. See, you have now your whole schedule, now your whole routine is switched up, but it doesn't mean that those educational priorities still don't mean a lot to some of us. So that's what we're here to talk about tonight, guys. My new and upcoming curriculum and Crown curriculum, briefs and books, and talking a little bit about that tonight and what our services are going to look like going into the fall semester. So bear with me one second. How y'all doing out there? Happy Sunday night. We hope everybody had a beautiful weekend. Me, I got a lot of rest, so that's a beautiful weekend for me. Now I'm going to be giving a few details about this new Crown curriculum, briefs, and books services we're going to be offering for homeschooling parents this year. Rest for interested candidates and inquiries, please forward them to soulworkimages11@gmail.com, okay? Please subject title your emails about this right here, Crown Books, so I kind of know what we're doing here. But it was almost destined, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sleep on Crown Publishing content. That's like one of my babies too. So people think I got 4 kids, I got 5. My business is also another one of the babies. And yes, I've been fought against here lately. I don't know why people want me to look like I'm just neglectful, but I willfully and wholeheartedly stood in place one day with all 5 of these babies and said, hey, I stand for the challenge. That didn't mean I didn't have to grow through the challenge so I could get to where I needed to be. So when I say this for K through 6 only, or maybe I didn't announce that part, but it is for K through 6 grades curriculum only, guys, for now, okay? But those that are interested, I thought I would come do this quick, informational about it. I'll also be sharing information about it on my community board. So make sure you hit that subscribe bell. I was telling y'all that earlier. You want to hit that subscribe bell because I'm finna be moving fast. People have noticed that after a while about me when I've been resting for a while, it's for a reason. And then I just come back revamped, re-energized, ready for the next project that 9 times out of 10 I thought of from the bottom of my brain. I'm serious. So this right here, we're going to have briefs and books for K through 6 only, okay? Because I don't want to overwork myself. I'm slowly, gradually moving. Because a few years ago, right before I had the baby, the idea was to go ahead and start. Because, Umar Johnson has been in podcast news recently, just people talking, giving their opinions, he was talking about starting a school for the longest, where they get to teach, what they feel like the kids need to know and everything. And he was asking for donations for this school. See, me, I wouldn't really have to do that with what, I don't know, maybe I need to talk to Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know what might be going on with him, but I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon train of people just beating him down right now. That's me personally, right? We all got different opinions coming from the black community. But one thing I don't like is people trying to shoot down those independent go-getters that really can bring offer more to our people in our community. We do not have time for that. If I thought we did before, boy, was I wrong. Come on now, I still have kids that are coming up and they have to be on the correct levels of curriculum. Don't y'all know at the beginning of the year when kids come back to school, it's not just bells and whistles. One of the first things they're doing in the first 6 weeks is testing the levels that everybody might be at, especially after a long break like the summer, right? Even with a summer break though, you can kind of see where a kid is. Like you can see where if they are where they need to be. It's certain tests they give them at the beginning of the year. Y'all think they just take those at the end of the year. They take them throughout the semester. At the every end of a semester, they usually have some type of 6 weeks test. So I was like, oh my God, the idea is just flowing back to me. I thought about Umar Johnson because I had an idea at one point to start a school, but I'm not doing nothing like this brother, you know. But I do commend him, even if the idea and dream didn't go far. And who says it's too late? It's just too soon to me to be judging it, man. Maybe I don't know everything, but we all know anybody trying to start a school to properly educate a certain culture of people. What's wrong with it, right? Or what's being suddenly attacked about it? They was just like, he out there begging, like. Even if he has to beg, do y'all know what people going through? What you should ask is what put him in that position. People swear that it's just because how you overspend, woo, woo, woo. Till you pull out those receipts and show them where you have made real investments. You have done real business applications, real business registration applications, EIN applications, Dunn's number application, whatever it was that you have proof to show when it comes to, you know, and you have to do that. I know we don't be on the internet or business, but some of us, I think we might have to take it that far. We got receipts they ain't gonna be able to find because they was your receipts. If you invested in something, period. Every app, don't y'all know the funding for a lot of these schools too? That's what I'm excited. There's so much news at one time. Like, though fundings were cut, some of the funding has been re-granted for a lot of the school districts in several states, so I'm happy to hear that. To be honest, Colorado is a number one that I'm talking about. They just got reissued some funding, so clap, 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 applause, right? And we hope to see this in many more states because school is going to start back. But they did put a freeze on it in a lot of school districts for a little while. You feel me? So that was scary for the people at first. We like, what about the free and reduced lunch programs? Woo, woo, woo. So many topics at once to be excited about, discuss, woo, woo, woo. But what I'm talking about, these services I'm offering is for homeschool, kind of like parents only. But really, I will take service orders from anybody because, you know, people do different type of class study sessions, okay? And there are going to be some people in the background. They never have to say who they are. They would be more than happy to see me come back in this way. It's not about, it's about the gift or organization too. Like when I need to show it, how I can show it, but I'm excited to do this too. What it is, I haven't went into the details yet, but I'm calling it Crown Curriculum Briefs and Books, okay? Because that's what pretty much we're putting together for you. We're going to be putting this together, but we're only doing it in 6-week increments. So if you're going to homeschool your student for longer than 6 weeks, I mean, because everybody's situation is different, then we might have to set you up another plan so you have a longer lesson planning curriculum book or brief to start off with your children. I hope I didn't say that too fast, but don't worry. I'll be here for a minute so I can break this down. Anybody interested, once again, email me at soulworkimages11@gmail.com. I'm going to be promoting and advertising though in many different places. So if you see Crown hanging around out there, give a shout out. Tell people to subscribe. Tell them that you are a subscriber. Okay. I did at one point try to do a school supply drive, school supply donation drive. I'm not going to do that this year. It will be a lot of organizations, I'm sure, doing that already. Not saying that me joining won't help, but I really have to put my time in order with other things I'm working on right now. I can't overdo myself, like I said, but so I won't be doing this back to school supply drive. I just won't do it. I don't have time to be going through what Dr. Umar is going through, and people swear you begging for the money for you when you really trying to do big things out here, and you know that you can show the receipts for what people donate. Once they donate it, they don't even give you that opportunity. So I really love investing my own money, showing people we can still get things done with, here it is, y'all, with or without your donations. If I was Dr. Umar, maybe he does. He just needs to hear segments like these. He needs to hear some encouragement like, brother, The stuff people on right now, you can't just get on there and ask for donations. They only do that to certain channels that they feel like are credible enough to do that to. And I don't know, people are learning this about media and communications altogether. Didn't we see how Trump just kind of had cut the funding a little bit for PBS and NPR? This could happen to any media communications platform, anybody, right? When they feel like you're not credible no more, you're not a reliable source, they have their special ways of trying to take the attention off your platform. It is what it is. So this won't be the only platform that I advertise this on, but it will be advertised closer to us getting into the school season, right? Because a homeschool parent doesn't have to wait till August to start getting their children back into curriculum if they don't want to. You feel me? You know, some of us, we probably starting this first week of August. Some of the homeschools do. I'm talking about the online platforms, guys. I don't know if any of you guys are experienced in actually investing in your children's education in that way, because some of these online homeschools do charge you. You know, they might charge you for the year. And I found a lot of good ones. I'm going to come back doing what I was doing on the Crown Publishing Content channel, sharing that information with parents. I'm not going to let somebody say it, don't change your heart, but you can change it. What? Even God told me it's like, you know, I might just have a new sector of people for you to help. I never said you finna stop helping people. I was like, ooh, thank God. Wipe the sweat off my forehead because I couldn't see my life not doing it. You know, you feel like life is over just because you're not helping a certain group of people anymore or something. This is just elevation, broadening our network. Shout out to the chat tonight. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm back. The briefs will pretty much look like, guys, a whole briefcase of curriculum planning. How exciting is that? See, in the public school sectors, the charter schools, they may already have their state approved curriculum plannings to go off of, and that is 100% beautiful. Some states even require that you go off of their state-based plan, even if you are homeschooling. Did you guys know that? I'm dropping some really, really good gems here. I know this information because I researched this information. I myself too have explored different avenues when it comes to the perfect accommodations for my children in their educational planning. You know, everybody just don't sit at school and receive education the same way. They may be easily distracted. They may have social anxiety, and all of that is okay. But what if we told you at Crown Curriculum that we're actually putting a curriculum together for you guys? Okay. Not only is it lesson planning, it's going to be, it's going to come with formulas needed per subject. What do I mean by formulas? Those great formula pages, you won't have to go print them out. You won't, you know, everything's moving digitally anyway. It's going to have resources in these briefcases for the kids. What do I mean by resources? Local resources. All we will need is your zip code once we go into producing your own curriculum briefcase, okay? Because once we have your zip code, we can give more resources that may be available in your local states or cities. Because who says because you're homeschooling, you shouldn't have access to that? If anything, because you're homeschooling, you still need resources for transportation. That doesn't mean you don't still have to get to the grocery store, get to the laundromat sometimes, maybe need help with a light bill, right? If anything, you more need that stuff when you're doing this 24/7 around the clock. Or even if it's a certain homeschool schedule, at least that takes a load off of your shoulders and back, and you can depend on Crown Curriculum anytime you email us to put you together a new brief going into the new homeschool year. But back to what I was saying, some of these online schools do charge. There's nothing wrong with investing in your children's education. We just want people to know that there are free platforms, though. Like, there are whole public schools that have online school options, if that makes sense. See, you can enroll your child at a public school, and the public school may still have some type of plan where your child can do it at home. They're still enrolled in that school. They still have a student ID number. They're still considered a student. They're just doing it from home. But if you do not talk to your local schools, counselors, school districts, you do not know this information, right? And I didn't want to wait to the very peak of August to start talking these topics, because I'm already working on putting these briefs and books together for interested. I don't want to just say parents, because some of you guys have coaches, learner coaches, I think they call them, or tutors that help your kids throughout the year. I'm even going to try to invest in one this year. Not even, just probably for 2 days a week. At least those 2 days the kids expect. I don't know, we might meet our tutor at the local community center, library, something like that, but at least they know they have somebody else to look forward to every week when they were struggling with something the week before, right? We'll spend a little frivolous $20 just at the car wash every week, right? Well, not me lately. I've actually had more money since I let the car go. I ain't have to pay for gas. First, I was upset about it, but I couldn't deny it. I ain't had to pay for no oil, antifreeze, a car cleaner, tire cleaner. I'm like, I didn't know how much money I was really spending when I had a car. That ain't even having the most luxury one. Any car is gonna come with maintenance and upkeep in that technical vehicle. Why would we say Crown Curriculum is at least in the top runners of publishing services you should deal with this school season? Well, we put together this whole briefing and book. You tell me the grade of your students. It would look like a turnaround town. Look how I'm twisted. A turnaround time of at least 72 hours. We will have their curriculum, the formulas they need, the resources. Did I mention the resources already? That's a big one. It's just automatically going to come in our packages to the parents with the briefs and books, because we strongly believe that you homeschooling should not keep you out of the sector of help when you need it, okay? Because you could still call public schools or somebody local communities. They'll tell you the same things that Crown Curriculum might, but we can get a little more specific. It won't have to be any embarrassment or people scared to say what they need when they contact me, because I can understand, especially if you're a single mother, a single father, and you still have to work, but they're school age and they're still doing their work through the daytime. That's another thing. I'm happy to see that the funding was released. Yes, it might have been frozen a few places when it came to after school programs and all this stuff, but it looks like a lot of the places funding is getting reissued. So that's really good news. This means a lot of people don't know this too, but still don't fear reaching out to after school programs, even if you're homeschool parents. They prefer your kids to be there than home alone or somewhere out there in the streets at the end of the day, so these parents can still go to work. I didn't understand when Trump did those certain speeches telling people to go to work, but you're cutting out and freezing after school program fundings and stuff. Like, what? That would mean you're trying to make the jobs just reserved for that's not really responsible. But a lot of people do feel forced to do this. I just said it's not responsible. They'll say they're being more responsible because you're going to chase a check. But it's not responsible if nobody's responsible for your kids that whole time you're there. So they really need to stop playing with that. Do not freeze the after school funding programs. They're too worried about. I believe they were studying for a certain time, like when people take their kids to after school programs or camps or clubs and different things they were in. I think they be wanting to know what the parents doing. Last I checked, the parents, even if you off work before you pick them up for the after school program, you might have other errands you want to go run before you go pick your kids up. As long as you're picking them up before close time, I don't see what the problem is. Even if the government wasn't funding these programs, you just have more people that would have to pay out of pocket for it, choosing between groceries and after school care. But I do feel like they're equally vital. You know what I'm saying? Because you just having a roof and a lock on your door these days is not just the safest anymore, and people still have to go to work. It's just a little inside game I feel like they've been playing. Like, let's cut off after school funding and still tell the parents to go to work. So let's say you tell me your child's in second grade, you contact Crown Curriculum, you tell us they're in second grade, and you're interested in curriculum brief. It would just look like us holding a consultation with you, letting you know everything that comes with, but you would not have to, per se, we would make sure that the curriculum is aligned with your state homeschool guidelines. Like, we're going to do a lot on my side, so I know I'm going to be worth what I'm offering. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, I would just need the zip code you're at. We don't need nothing more than that, because our main focus is making sure we find those resources for you and you have them during those 6 week semester periods that you're homeschooling. So it's not just about the curriculum, but it's also about the resources. A lot of people don't know, you get discounts or they get student discounts to do certain things in their communities. Like where I'm at right now, I'm not going to say directly, but if you are a certain recipient of some certain state subsidies, maybe like housing or Medicaid, you actually get into state parks a little cheaper or museums just for $1. But people don't know about this stuff if they don't have somebody to. Some people, like I said, anybody can look up resources, but you might just be too busy for that. Seriously, when you're a single parent. That's just where I've learned to use my middleman gift. You actually know the side of what it's like to be a single parent, so you know exactly the services that would help bridge the gaps for a lot of people. This way you can make money. Your kids are still getting their curriculum books, because I'm going to make them for them too. Pretty much they open this brief book or binder, and they are led and guided into what they are supposed to do each day for class. You will grade and do attendance, report cards, anything like that you're responsible for as a homeschool parent. You'll do that stuff on your own. But at least our briefs and books do provide the material and the curriculum for your students, for interested parents. Okay, that's how we are coming with this year. It'll be for the whole school year, and I'm only starting for K through 6 right now. So yes, K, even if your child is in pre-K kindergarten. Okay, I have a whole brief put together for them. Some people they design learning boards. I wanted to get into that too. Or if y'all see me add that into it, you'll know why. I already said I thought those were cool. A learning board is just like, some people order them and they have them customized. You can also find them on places like Walmart.com or Amazon these days. So anyways, let's say I wanted to customize a learning board for my daughter Dream. It's just one of those really, really huge cutout poster boards, bigger than the ones you hang on the wall. They like a cardboard, and it stands up, and it might have a section for the alphabet, a section for, we're talking when it comes to pre-K level though, or you might have a learning board per subject, a science learning board for 8th grader, a English learning board for 8th grader, social studies learning board for an 8th grader, right? We're not providing school supplies. I wanted to repeat that again. We're not doing it this year. We're not even doing a drive asking people to donate. I see how everything is going when it comes to that. And I actually encourage any other social media influencers. I'm one of those, just even when you used to ask people in your small circle to borrow this and that, just stop doing it. Like, look at the world. Obviously, God is pushing us to all push more into our gifts. Did not the word tell us your gifts will make room for you? He wasn't just talking about what everybody want to consider chosen ones. That's like saying only chosen ones can have money. Everybody's supposed to be out here working, using their gifts and talents in the most positive ways possible to keep a income in their pocket. The Bible said that first. God understand money. He said your gifts will make room for you, period. I encourage everybody to stop that. Step back. But it's scary for people. You know what I'm saying? I get it too. It's scary for people to just sit back and not, I don't know, like depend on anybody. But one day at a time, just like you leave any addiction, which you might have an addiction to depending on people, one day at a time, you can break something like that. It gets easier and easier. You just continuing to create opportunities for yourself. Here you go, Poo Poo. Is this yours?
No.
You don't want it?
I want the ice cream.
Oh, okay. Here. Put that up there. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe people do need help with that. That's why I feel like I should restart. If people were doing such a great job with it, why can't people properly place their gifts and talents in the right place to make money for themselves? You feel me? That's what made me want to stand back up, sit back on my throne, and get back to what I was doing. But get full-fledged in it this time. You know what I mean? Because I even got to sit back for a minute. And I just said that it's not a competition or nothing, but if people were doing such a great job with what their ideas was, I mean, why are people still struggling to find their gifts and talents and put them in the right places? Because you have too many people just encouraging them to just go to work. They be like, it's so many people hiring. Yeah, that part is true every day, but it's a new day. Just like y'all don't like letting people borrow money, not every company is hiring. What do people think? I would say they be hiring, but they're being selective about who they hire. And that's not something that the people can control. Saw that as a smart comment under one of those gossip threads they were doing about Dr. Umar Johnson, talking about there's people always hiring and he's on here begging on social media. He's not the first influencer. That's just what they call it, y'all. And you know what they said to that? They said it be your own people. It just be black people doing it to one another. They love standing in a group pointing out one person talking about they begging. Have y'all noticed that? I know begging is real though. But how is it begging when somebody said a donation? They actually can show a DUNS number or EIN number to show that they have a legit business. They actually can show receipts of what they've been building and working on, kind of like Dr. Umar. People just said that he's been talking about the same project for so long, they don't want to help no more. Is it that? Or even when he was talking about the project, y'all just didn't support it? No, now they want to flip people business ideas and say, well, they're begging. No, but if everybody can go dig up in the woodworks when they very first started what they was doing, and they can almost scout out who supported them and not, But that's why I gotta let Dr. Umar speak for himself. They even dug in his business and found a kind of like a Jay-Z situation, found an older daughter he had. And they was saying he seemed fake for his daughter to say that he was never there for her, but he be preaching that black families should be a unit in a nation, or what do they call it, y'all? Pan-Africanism and different teachings on black history and stuff like this. People look at that. But I say this, people act like God won't use people with the worst stories to try to teach people better. Like, Dr. Umar is another one that I look at like that. That don't mean that his family dynamic was perfect just because he rose up in his communities and on social media communities and tried to start teaching black love, black empowerment, and black knowledge. Everybody loved Dr. Sebi until he wasn't here no more. And now they just want to I'm using all the formulas he made. If his formulas were so great, which we know they were, I'm asking a rhetorical question. Why is he no longer amidst the land of the living with us? Some say it was an unfortunate death. Others say somebody compromised somebody has put a hand in it. They didn't want him here teaching black health and wellness, ways to naturally heal ourselves. And like me, I just teach black independence. I'm all about it. You know what I mean? I'm about independence whether you're black or not. It's amazing the type of things we see come out of people once they really truly dig in and focus on themselves. Let's be honest. And I'm not even talking about me, but I'm talking about me too. How can you know what you have to offer when you never even have time to dig down in your stash? You ain't even dug in your stash for you. You too busy giving it out. So, anyways, back to these briefs and books. I just wanted to come give more like make this a so every time I share the flyer, what I'll do is share this stream right here, the link to it. I'm gonna share it so that when people ask me for more information, I'll just share this stream with them so they get more of an insight of why I feel like what I want to contribute is very important. Think about the homeless kids too. Some of these parents be trying to get through barriers and blockages that they're going through, but that doesn't mean that their kids can be focused on a school brief. I might donate some of these to those type of places. People just think the parent ain't don't have their business together when they don't see the kids at school. You know, you do have a right in a lot of states to homeschool your kids. You just have to be doing your job, and it makes your job easier when somebody's actually publishing the curriculum for you. Putting the booklets and work together for the kids. It come in a box. Okay, guys, that's how it's going to look. It's just going to come in a box. It's shipping. And now the supplies, pencils, pens, calculators, and stuff, you might still have to invest in that. I'm not going to lie to you. But we have no problem including those resources also in these brief packages so that you can call places on your own in your local communities. I encourage any parent, do not wait to the last minute to start doing it. The last minute means we're 2 days away from August right now. You know what I mean? That first week already be, calling because they're not just going to call you. Some of them, I remember back in the day, though, we would see flyers like at the local donut shop or at the corner store. That's the only way you really knew. Or you heard it on the radio as far as advertising and promotion of people that are trying to assist students, not just homeschool students, but students when it comes to the launching of a new school year. Shout out to all the kids returning to school. Like, I've been known to do business ventures like this and still go to school because I'm thinking about going back here soon too myself. So it is good to rest. I just graduated another program not too long ago, but I have gotten enough rest. I feel like I'm ready because that is something you sacrifice to get deeper knowledge or go into a study for something. When you do re-enroll, I do remember those days. You know what I mean? I had to see more like what my baby schedule looked like, what the kids' schedule looking like, make sure we get to a good place where that's why always going on school online worked for me. And I just grew addicted to it to where I was like, why not for the kids too? But yeah, it takes a lot of sacrifice even going to school. And then some people consider the price of that too. That's why we pick up skills and trades along the way. They was like, with all the skills and trade Dr. Umar got, and he's supposed to be a doctor and all of this, he should be asking for money. And just imagine people laughing while you lying on your cross. You know what I mean? You think that man doesn't know he's educated? And then you got your own family trying to come out and tell people you're on drugs. These don't be nothing short of smear campaigns, guys. I just feel like some of us, we reach certain territories, we charter certain heights, and then, people don't like it. So they just start trying to make you look a certain way. How else do you explain it? If I see Dr. Umar Johnson going through this, anybody can go through it. And this is a man that's actually trying to contribute to communities in a positive way. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to come back and do as I steadily begin to prepare these briefs and books. They're called Crown Curriculum, Briefs and Books, where we pretty much organize the curriculum. We do it in 6-week increments. So let's say you want a whole semester worth of curriculum for your class or for your students. And this is not for public schools. I'm going to remind y'all again, but I am open to doing business with private schools and homeschooling learners and parents, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.